Welcome back. Now let's continue hanging out.
I think the US particularly views some countries as not being developed democratically. And before the US could go to come to Nigeria, it could take some time because maybe in Buhari's government, if the US could see Nigeria as a country that uphold human rights, and of course, the transition from an incumbent government of PDP to APC is a good step. I think Nigeria should give the United States, that is their president, to visit us. And I personally, I don't believe that is a big issue for Nigeria now. So if this is Nigeria, we are going to host, we are going to spend so much money and stuff like that. So I don't think visiting us now is what could solve our problems, because we have a lot of challenges ahead of us. So I do think, but personally, I think that US has a way, has their own requirements before a sitting United States president could visit a particular country. No country can work in isolation. So Nigerians shouldn't lose the focus that okay, what is the business? What are the benefits of President Buhari visiting from America? And you can see that there is no like there are a lot of serious allegation of corruptions in Nigeria against some politicians, and I think President Buhari mentioned that some of the minister of the past president embezzle, engage in oil bunkering, and some of these oil that are being stolen are sold at international black markets, which money are banked in some of these financial institutions in overseas countries like the United States. The United States is aware of this one. Even when the question was put to the past President Goodluck Jonathan, about the mixing 20 billion naira, he said yes, the United States of America will know if such amount of money is being. So we shouldn't just try to put aside that, oh, what is the benefit? We are no country can work as an nation. That's why we have to engage. That's why we have importation and exportation. That's why we relate with other countries. So we have to relate with so many countries so that we can annex the kind of benefit.
Whether we like it or not, for whichever government that is in power, depending on which party, any any trip of the Nigerian presidency to the United States, to the UK, to Germany would be currently, to China, to Russia, currently would be a welcome development for Nigeria. I think this trip is of immense importance for three things: for security, for trade and industry, and for fighting corruption. Now, if I say fighting corruption, I'm not practically or basically labeling the outgoing PDP government, because we understand that it is beyond, corruption in Nigeria is beyond 1999. I'd like to remind Adeyanju that in 1999, when then President Olusegun Obasanjo assumed power, he made countless trips across the world. That was significant for attracting investment into Nigeria. That was significant for making the world realize that Nigeria was no longer a pariah state, but we were willing and ready to deal with the world. Having to travel to the US makes a statement for me that Nigeria is ready to negotiate. Having realized that the United States had placed a ban, for example, on selling arms to Nigeria, this shows that we are the ones in need to solve our security problems. And we understand that the United States has intelligence. The United States has the wherewithal to support us in dealing with the issues of terrorism, with the issues of security. Why not walk up to them and discuss with them?
On the other side, it's sometimes there are give and takes. It happens everywhere. It's what is called negotiations and compromise. But when we've got a president who has the interest of his country at heart and is very willing to make a strong proposals. I don't think he will be selling out Nigeria like some of our leaders had done in the past.
Regards the price we've got to pay, basically for me, I think we need to believe more in ourselves that we can solve our own problems better, just like Adeyanju proposed. Even though I understand that we have our weaknesses and we cannot solve these problems on our own. Currently, as much as we might think we have the infrastructure, we do not have sufficient infrastructure for intelligence gathering. I feel ashamed most times when I admit that America has got more intelligence about us than we do about ourselves. If we need to track those who are financing Boko Haram, and we need to do it stealthily, as much as we would like to cooperate with the US in gathering intelligence, we need to set our intelligence infrastructure in place and find out who. What if a top shot American is the one financing Boko Haram, and America would want to protect its citizens? We need to know what works best for us. We need to adopt those strategies that work best for Nigeria, for Nigeria's interest.